Well, I made a big hair mistake. I took a lovely long bath yesterday. It was Thanksgiving, and if you follow me at all, you know my husband enjoys cooking. So to be really helpful to him, I decided to go upstairs and take a nice long bath so he could have the kitchen all to himself. I know, I'm a giver that way. So I decided, well, I'll deep condition since I'm going to be in the bathtub anyways, right? So I piled on my deep conditioner, and this time I used Not Your Mother's Natural Pink conditioner, which lots of ladies love, but it's a little too heavy for my hair. But I had bought it on clearance, and I decided I would start trying it as a deep conditioner. It does not have any protein in it. The deep conditioner I typically use is this, and it actually has just a little bit of protein in it. What I used instead was this, which has 0 protein in it. Yeah, no protein. It's a great product, and a lot of curlies love it, and in fact a lot of wavies love it. But it's just a little too heavy for my hair when I condition with this. So I thought I'll just use it as a leave-in. Well, I sat in that tub I don't know how long, to be honest, and I sat with my little plastic bag wrapped over my head, and there was all this moisture coming up from the water and steaming, and I over moisturized my hair. So I had to go out today because ironically my son needed a haircut, and I looked like this. Luckily it's winter and it's really cold, so nobody was like concerned that I was running around with a hat on. So I'm just going to show you what happened. My hat does have a beautiful satin lining. This was something that I purchased this was like $18 on Amazon. And that's like me spending a lot of money. So it's worth it, especially when you live in Indiana. So this is my hair, what I did to it. I was hoping I could just like bobby pin it up and it would look right, and it didn't, so then I added the hat. So I'm removing all the bobby pins extremely carefully so I don't snag my hair. You may use bobby pins, but because I have such fine hair, I use them very carefully. And I will do a follow-up video on how to use bobby pins and how to use all the different types of styling tools. Yikes. So if you want to know what over-conditioned hair looks like, oh, you are looking at it, and like I really want to take a brush to my dry hair and just brush it all out, but that's not Curly Girl approved, so I am resisting that urge so bad. So if you want to know what over moisturized hair looks like, here it is. And again, my hair is very fine. So yours would look maybe a little differently if you over moisturize. It tangles, and my hair normally doesn't tangle. And look, yeah. So I did a mistake. They happen. So what I'm gonna do to remedy this, I clarified last week, and we will get to clarifying in another video too, So don't worry about the clarifying. I just wanted to make sure you knew what over moisturized hair looked like, because hopefully I'll never do this again. I'm going to try for the first time an apple cider vinegar rinse. And then I'm going to try what's called a rice water rinse to add protein back into my over moisturized hair. I don't have rice. I don't eat rice. So what I'm going to do, because I like to use what I have, I don't like to run out and buy stuff that I'm not going to use. So I'm going to cook some orzo that I have, and I'm going to save the orzo for dinner for later. My husband can throw it into whatever he thinks, he wants to make. And I'm going to actually use the water from the orzo. You can use, it doesn't have to be rice water. You can use pasta, orzo, quinoa, whatever you have. Obviously, if you grab like a big bag of white rice, that's going to be the cheapest thing. But I wouldn't use the white rice after I cooked it, so it seems like a waste to me. So I'm just going to cook my orzo because that's what we eat. I'm going to put it in a container and put it in the fridge, and then I'm going to use the water from the orzo. So let's get started. Mistakes, they happen. So after thinking about it a little bit, I decided I'm going to do a clarifying wash, and I'm going to do an apple cider vinegar rinse because I'm really not afraid at this point of stripping moisture from my hair, and I just want to get it in proper order. What I'm going to use for my apple cider vinegar rinse is this stuff. This is really the best stuff to get. Don't get the cheapy stuff. And I know that I'm all about cheap, but spend the extra money and get the Brags. If you see, there's a lot of sediment in the Brags. It starts to separate, and that sediment is full of good things for your hair. It is full of vitamin C. I would be bragging about what it has in it, but it's full of really good stuff for your hair, including vitamin C and other things. So you want the kind of apple cider vinegar that actually has what's called the mother, and that is the sediment. So before you mix it up, you want to shake this mother effer up, okay? All right. And what I'm going to use for my rice rinse to get extra protein in my hair, this is what we have in our cupboard. It's more expensive than rice, so don't run out and buy this. Buy whatever you got. If you got like spaghetti, that you can use that, and then you can have spaghetti dinner later. So this is what I'm cooking up right now on the stove. And I used the cooking method here. I didn't add the water or the salt, that's optional. And I added, it called for 2 quarts of water to 1 cup of the orzo. I should have my glasses on, shouldn't I? There they are. Yes, so the 1 cup of orzo. Less of the 2 quarts, because what I'm hoping is that I don't have to overcook this, that the water will be a little more concentrated if you use just a little less water than what the instructions ask for. So let's see how this goes. These are the products and the order in which I'm going to be doing my hair today to hopefully solve the over moisturization issue. I'm going to clarify with this. This is a clarifying shampoo because it has sodium C14 through 16 olefinin sulfonate. Must have that ingredient for it to be a proper clarifying shampoo. After I do that, I'm going to spray my hair with the ACV, apple cider vinegar, 1 part apple cider vinegar to 2 parts water. I did 1/3 cup of the apple cider vinegar to 2/3 cup of water. I'm going to spray that in my hair in the shower and leave it on for about 5 minutes. Then I'm going to rinse my hair with the rice water. It turned out a little bit of green because there's some spinach stuff in there, so I feel like it's probably like extra nutrients. I'm gonna rinse this through my hair. I'm gonna completely scrub it into my hair and into my scalp. Same with this one. Scrub it into the scalp. Then I'm gonna just let it sit in my hair for 5 minutes in the shower. After I rinse that out completely, I'm gonna go on to my Curly Girl approved conditioner. This is one of my favorites. And I'm gonna do a squish to condish, which we'll go over in another video. And I'm gonna rinse it out. So I'm out of the shower. I am wearing a towel. It just kind of matches my skin. Again, I don't do those kind of YouTube videos. So, a couple tips. In the shower, I used all of the apple cider vinegar rinse on my head. So if you have a lot more hair than I, make a lot more of it. And I even rinsed it out and it's still making weird noises like, I don't know. So that's the first tip. And don't get it in your eyes. It would really, really sting. My second tip is don't take glass into your shower. I thought about that when I was in there. Like, what would happen if I dropped this right now? So put it in a plastic jug. And I got so bored in there because I left the apple cider vinegar rinse on probably more like 3 minutes. And then I left the rice water rinse on for about 5 minutes. I even shaved, even though it's no shave November. So I squish to condish. So this is all my conditioner in my hair right now. A couple products in my hair. And then I will let it air dry and we'll see where we're at. If you want to know the products I'm going to use, I'm going to use no protein products because I just did a rice water vinegar. And I don't want to get too much protein because then I'll have to have a whole new video about how to get rid of protein overload. So I'm going to use my Jessie Curl line. It does have a little protein in it because this has some flaxseed in it, but it's pretty low in protein. And then I'm going to follow up with the Spiralicious. So I'm first going to squish in some Rockin' Ringlets, and then I'm going to finish up with my Spiralicious. I normally don't drink these things, but apparently it was free, so. Okay, so my cast is dry. I'm just going to review what products and how much I used. Again, I used my Rockin' Ringlets Styling Potion, and this is a curl activator, and I love it, love it, love it. It's really liquidy, so I'm not even gonna bring my palm up, but if you can see, that's how much about I used, okay? Woo, there we go, got it back in. I don't wanna waste any of that. Okay, so then I used my Spiralicious Styling Gel, which has a lovely scent. The citrus lavender is one of my favorite scents ever. And I used probably in total, again, this is very liquidy too. They're very light products. In total, about that. All that in, I realized my hair was still a little dry feeling, so I used this. It's my favorite leave-in. I just spray it in my hand, emulsify, And just, if you're in the shower after you've over moisturized and while you have your conditioner in, you can detangle your hair with the conditioner in and it's nice and wet with one of these. I didn't have to because my hair dries or just kind of falls out of the tangles when I condition. So then about 50% of the way through, I added just a couple Diva clips because my hair was starting to flatten in a couple spots. Follow me and I'll explain how to Diva clip in a very simple way later on. So just a few Diva clips. Now I'm going to scrunch out the cast. Oh, let me get a little bit my leave-in. And here we go. You can do your hand, you can use your hands or your super cool t-shirt. However you want to do it. Cool t-shirt. It's just my favorite one. I don't know why. Extra points for cool shirts, right? Scrunch, scrunch, scrunch. Scrunching. Shaking out my roots, like I always do. Shaking out my hair. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest, it feels a little product-y right now. So, maybe I didn't need so much product. Well, maybe I didn't need so many products. But, look at that. My curl has come back to life. I'm feeling pretty confident about this situation I got going on here. Yeah. That looks a lot better than when I started off this morning. That's what I love about the curly girl method. You can literally wake up with the worst looking hair and within hours, you've fixed it. Look at all that volume, like up here. Like I normally don't get that much volume. So I'm pretty excited about this actually. And my hair does not smell at all like apple cider vinegar. Not one little bit. My shower still smells like it, but I don't. I am very happy with the results. It was such a mess this morning. So this is good. Now, when you get weird parts like that, see, it's a little weird still. It's gonna be a little weird until I get it rebalanced. So what I'm gonna do, trusty little clip, right? Just like that. Just gonna clip back some spots. Throwing in a little extra. I like to do just one thing at a time, but this one's kind of a menagerie of things, isn't it? This side looks okay to me. And now it kind of matches that side a little better with my clip-in. So, I am pleased to see that I fixed my hair. And I think I'll be adding apple cider vinegar washes because I tell you what, my scalp feels amazing. It hasn't felt this like refreshed since I've started the curly girl method. So if you're struggling with any scalp issues, do the apple cider vinegar. If you're struggling with any protein issues, I highly recommend the rice wash. It wasn't hard. You'll see people dumping it over their heads and then saving it. I didn't save it because I'll make rice again. Or orzo again, so I didn't save the water. And hopefully this has helped you figure out if you over moisturize, how to fix your hair, because I'm pretty happy. And the next time I do a refresh, like tomorrow morning, it's gonna look even better. And I will also do videos on refreshing. And follow a link that I posted down here. I'll post some links regarding apple cider vinegar rinses and rice water rinses. They get a little complicated. So don't get overwhelmed by the entire read. I read all of it for you and gave you a brief synopsis of just what you needed to know. Again, this is Crazy Kate, and I'm signing off on another curl journey mastered. See you soon.